kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
Prologue. Reflections. In the quiet town of Veynhaven, nestled between rolling hills and endless woods, lay a small, unassuming antique shop run by an enigmatic man named Mr. Eldrin. Locals often whispered about the peculiar items in his collection, objects that seemed to hum with unspoken energy. Among these treasures was a full-length mirror with an ornate silver frame, etched with symbols no one could decipher. Lucas Gray, a young adventurer known for his curiosity and bravery, stumbled upon the shop one rainy afternoon. The mirror caught his eye immediately. It seemed to shimmer even in the dim light. Mr. Eldrin approached him with a knowing smile. "This mirror," Eldrin said, "shows more than mere reflections. It reveals worlds." Lucas chuckled, dismissing the comment as an eccentric sales pitch. But as he'd leaned closer, he thought he saw something move within the glass, something that wasn't his reflection. Chapter 1. The first step. Later that evening, Lucas couldn't shake the memory of the mirror. Its image lingered in his mind like a vivid dream. Against his better judgment, he returned to the shop and purchased it. That night, as the moonlight filtered through his window, the mirror began to glow faintly. Drawn to it, Lucas reached out and touched its surface. The glass rippled like water, pulling him in. When he opened his eyes, he found himself standing in a world eerily similar to his own, but with unsettling differences. The streets of Veynhaven were distorted. Buildings loomed larger, their angles sharp and unnatural. The sky was a swirling blend of crimson and black. The air buzzed with an unnatural hum. Lucas realized he wasn't alone. A shadowy figure emerged, a perfect replica of himself, but with cold, menacing eyes. The doppelganger smirked and spoke in a voice that sent shivers down Lucas's spine. "Welcome to the mirror world, Lucas. You're going to wish you'd stayed home." Chapter 2. Friends turned foes. Desperate to find a way back, Lucas wandered the warped streets of the mirror world. He encountered familiar faces. His best friend, Elena. His mentor, Professor Hawthorne. Even his younger brother, Jacob. But they weren't the people he knew. Elena, who was always kind and supportive, now regarded him with suspicion, wielding a blade as if prepared to strike. "You're a threat," she hissed. "The Lucas I know wouldn't dare challenge the Mirror King." Professor Hawthorne, known for his wisdom and gentle demeanor, had become a ruthless enforcer of the Mirror King's rule, commanding a legion of shadowy creatures that patrolled the town. Lucas tried to reason with them, but their memories had been twisted. To them, he was an intruder, a danger to their world. Chapter 3. The Rebel Ally. In his escape from a patrol led by the mirror version of Jacob, Lucas stumbled into an abandoned library. There, he met a hooded figure who revealed themselves to be Kale, a former ally of the Mirror King who had defected. Kale explained the mirror world's origins. "This place is a reflection of your world, Lucas, created by the Mirror King. He feeds on the chaos caused by the imbalance between our realms. You were drawn here because you have the strength to stop him." Lucas learned that the doppelgangers of his friends weren't inherently evil. they were manipulated by the Mirror King's influence. The only way to break the cycle was to destroy the king's core, a shard of the original mirror hidden deep within his fortress. Chapter 4: Trials and Trust. Kale agreed to help Lucas navigate the dangerous terrain of the mirror world, but their journey wasn't without peril. Along the way, they faced warped versions of people Lucas cared about, each trial forcing him to confront his emotions. Eleanor's trial. Lucas faced Mirror Eleanor in a duel. Despite her hostility, he refused to harm her, eventually breaking through her anger with memories of their true friendship. Professor Hawthorne's trial. Lucas outsmarted Mirror Hawthorne's traps, using the professor's love of riddles to remind him of his true nature. Jacob's trial. Lucas faced his greatest challenge when Mirror Jacob revealed Lucas's own insecurities, taunting him for his past failures. But Lucas found strength in his determination to protect his brother. With each victory, Lucas reclaimed fragments of the original mirror's light, which weakened the Mirror King's influence. Chapter 5: The Fortress of Reflections. The Mirror King's fortress was a towering crystalline structure, shimmering with the reflections of countless worlds. Kale warned Lucas that the king would use his deepest fears against him. As they ventured deeper, Lucas saw visions of a ruined Veynhaven consumed by chaos. The Mirror King's voice echoed around him. "This is your future, Lucas. Even if you escape, your world will fall." Kale sacrificed themselves to help Lucas reach the core, buying him precious time. Lucas stood before the shard, its energy pulsating with the malevolent power. Chapter 6: The Final Confrontation. The Mirror King appeared, a towering figure cloaked in darkness with a face that mirrored Lucas's own. "You think you can stop me?" the king sneered. "You are nothing without me. I am your reflection, the part of you that you fear." The battle was both physical and psychological. The king forced Lucas to confront his failures and regrets. But Lucas countered with the memories of those he loved and the strength he found in their trust. Using the fragments of light he had gathered, Lucas shattered the shard. The Mirror King let out a deafening roar as the fortress crumbled around them. Chapter 7: Escape and Warning. Lucas awoke in his room, the mirror now cracked and lifeless. He had returned to the real world, but he knew the danger wasn't over. The balance between the two realms was fragile, and others might try to exploit it. He gathered his friends, Elena, Professor Hawthorne, and Jacob, and told them everything. Though skeptical at first, they saw the determination in his eyes and agreed to help him prepare for any future threats. The mirror may have been dormant, but Lucas knew its secrets were far from fully uncovered. Epilogue: Reflections of Hope. The antique shop was empty when Lucas returned to confront Mr. Eldrin. The man had vanished, leaving behind only a cryptic note. "The mirror world is just one of many. Be vigilant, Lucas. Your journey has only begun." Lucas stared at the cracked mirror in his room, its surface faintly shimmering. Though the adventure had changed him, he felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. For in every reflection, he now saw not fear, but hope. End.